Hello there. So, what do you got there, Val?
Well, I'm standing outside my collection room here. Hey, everyone. Just there I am. Yeah, so I am here with my friend Tyler. This isn't exactly what you normally get on this channel, which is Lord of the Collections. So it's about collections, but I am standing outside my collection room. And the reason for this very brief episode is just to promote my new book, my novel that has just come out. It's called Bloodlines. But I was going to take you through the room anyways. Most of you have seen it already, but if you haven't, you'll get a quick sneak peek. But the main purpose behind that is just because it's the room that gives me the inspiration to write. It's where I hang out with my friends and play Dungeons and Dragons, which is obviously a big inspiration for my book. And just wanted to give you a little quick walk through the area and share some insights about writing in the book itself. And then, yeah, so flip right back here and let's begin. And Tyler, feel free to chime in with any observations as I go. All right.
For sure.
Here we
I hope you have party business.
go. I certainly do. If anyone's allowed in this room, it's me. So here we have it. Oh, there's a new addition on the wall here, the sort of
Oh,
farm here.
yeah.
Yeah, that's where it ended up.
So,
There
what,
we go.
I guess, what inspired you to write Bloodlines?
Well, you're essentially looking at it right here. At the center of my collection room is this big table that was actually made by a one of my players who is a very talented carpenter who fashioned this table in his at work in his workshop for us to play. And what you're looking at here is, yeah, this is our RPG table where my friends and I get together and play the game of Dungeons and Dragons. As you can see, I'm very much into it, and this is a very elaborate setup, and we just love to hang out and play. We've been doing this for decades now, literally. Um, Bloodlines is based on a world that I created for the game of Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, I want to say like mid '90s. Yeah, it's been that long since I started drawing maps and just jotting down notes, um, which quickly grew into um, I want to call it like a beast of its own. It's become so elaborate over the years, and just basically began to develop and create the world and adventures for my players to go through in it. A lot of history and culture and lore, all the things that you would associate with world building. And so flip back here to myself. So yeah, eventually, and I've always loved that creative process, just really coming up with these ideas and these places and the stories behind them. And one point, I just kind of thought to myself, like, I got enough here, I think, to actually build a big epic tale out of all this stuff. Why don't I actually make an attempt to gather all these loose notes and see what I can do with it? So a few years later, because yeah, something I worked on and off, and it was just mostly for fun at one point, and then I got serious about it. And here's the final result. I think that's probably appearing backwards on your screen, but confirm that that's my name, Rafael Canoa. This is my very first novel. It's from it's a thick book, and it's actually book one of a series. I don't know how many volumes it's going to be. The story will end when when I think it's time to end it. When the story comes to its conclusion, and yeah, it's if I mentioned it yet, it's from Crystal Lake Publishing. I've amazingly was able to secure a contract with them for publication of this novel on my first try, which I'm still kind of really floored over. And it just came out this Friday on a couple days ago, December 5th. So really excited to let everyone know. all our followers on the channel. You're obviously here because you like what you see behind me, fantasy, Lord of the Rings. Certainly don't claim that my book is anywhere on that level, but hey, enough people have liked it to have seen it to print, so I'm hoping you guys want to give it a try. It's currently available on Amazon, and Tyler will be posting the link for that up here on the corner of your screen. It's also being pushed into your local bookstores in the United States and Canada and libraries by my publisher. However, because this is my first book, it's actually very unlikely that you would see it on a shelf. Because shelf space is limited and costly for bookstores. So if you don't want to get your book from Amazon, which I completely understand, the best way to do it would be to walk into a local bookstore, and if you don't see it there, you can ask them for it, and they will special order it for you. Again, the name is it's right here. It's
Yeah.
Bloodlines, and my name, Rafael Canoa, and if you just give them those two search terms, it should come up in their system from Ingram Spark. And yeah, so if you got any questions, ask away,
That
Tyler.
that's pretty wild that you basically just you created a world for your D&D campaign and it got
Mhm.
so elaborate that it just grew into this fleshed out story where it was detailed enough that you wrote a book in this world
Mhm.
based on just something you'd come up with for D&D. It almost kind of reminds me of Tolkien who created a fake language because he loved just languages and he's like I need a world for this language.
Yeah, it's
You created a world and a story for your D&D campaign and then just it became so fleshed out that you wrote a story, a novel for it. So what is the synopsis of the story? It follows three characters in this
mhm.
in this fictional world. Is it a high fantasy?
Yeah, it's high fantasy in the sense that magic is very prevalent. If you're wondering like, well, what's the difference between high fantasy and just fantasy? Like take something like Game of Thrones, for example, which is definitely a work of fantasy, but it's very much grounded. And aside from some fantastical elements, like uh, you know, the White Walkers and the dragons and a little bit of magic that you see here and there in the world, that would be considered low fantasy. So when you take the opposite of that and you have magic that's far more commonplace and is actually an integral part of society or this world, um, that would be considered high fantasy. And where other species like elves and dwarves are more commonplace. So I think that's the best way that I can describe it. It's also it's not light fare. I've actually had a couple of reviewers call it dark fantasy because it does deal with some um, adult themes, let's say, and so yeah, it there is a dark and dangerous element to this world. It's not light fantasy fare for sure. It's not like lighthearted like The Hobbit. Um, but yeah, yeah. So it follows the journey of three characters that, and this may throw people off a bit, but they don't actually. I don't want to give too much away, but they don't actually meet each other in the pages of this book. I promise you, at some point they will cross paths, but for now they follow three very separate journeys. But as you begin to read what they are starting to go through, that there are some very common threads that do connect them, and there's a destiny that's leading them to a particular conclusion that's going to be very. Uh, it's the best way to put it.
Only if they roll seven for good luck, though, right?
Seven. Well, in Dungeons and Dragons, you wanna roll a 20. 20 is the best outcome that
Oh,
you
oh,
can get.
okay.
Yeah, that's the automatic success right there. So
Right,
yeah, don't
right.
be rolling any ones. That's a failure.
Yeah,
But yeah, there's some big things happening. There's essentially a divine war that's coming to this world, and mortals are going to get swept up in it and have to pick sides and make some decisions that will forever alter the course of this world. So yeah, it's I think it's really exciting. I'm already hard at work on book two, hoping to have that in front of my editor sometime in the next year. And yeah, I'm really excited to have anyone and everyone that's willing to come along with me on this journey and pick up my book, give it a try. If you really like it, please leave a review on Amazon. I would super appreciate that and any and all support. Um, thank you.
definitely. And I'll go so far as to say that when we hit 1,000 subscribers, we will do a contest or a raffle for a signed copy of Bloodlines by Rafael himself, and you can be entered to win. So Rafael is more than happy to sign a copy and
100%.
raffle it off for some lucky subscriber. And we hope you guys all enjoy Bloodlines. I know I'll be picking it up, and I want to give it a read, and I'm looking forward to it. So check it out.
Excellent. Thank you.